If we were gonna parse down leadership into its most bare components, what are some of the things that you would think of?
Relationships.
Oh, out of the gate, Sarah nails it. Yeah. Relationships. And guess what? The stronger the relationships, the stronger the team. So then the question becomes, what are the components of a relationship?
Rapport.
Rapport.
Trust.
If we trust each other, we have a relationship. Everyone agree?
Yeah.
It's even more obvious that if we don't trust each other, we don't have a relationship. How do I get you to trust me?
When we go through things together, that's when I build that trust in that you have my best interest in mind, I have your best interest in mind. We both want to succeed at whatever we're doing together.
Yes, you said it. When you and I go through something together, I'm gonna put a little bit of trust in you.
Yeah.
And when I put a little bit of trust in you and you see that, you put a little trust back in me. And then I reciprocate that, put a little more trust in you, and then you put more trust in me. And what we end up is we end up trusting each other, which means we now have a relationship.
Wow.
Here's another component. We listen to each other.
Yeah.
If I listen to you and you listen to me, we have a relationship. How do I get people to listen to me? Who wants to venture to take a guess?
Stop talking.
Listen to them.
Yes, you said stop talking, and you said listen to them. Those are both correct. This is totally counterintuitive. It's totally counterintuitive, because most people think, you know, hey, if Taylor's not listening to me, I'm gonna talk louder at him.
I hear you.
And guess what? The louder you talk at someone, it's actually the less they listen.
Yeah.
So when you really want someone to listen to you, what you do is you listen to them. Then there's respect. Same thing with respect, right? If I want you to respect me, I can't just say, Paige, you better respect me, I outrank you. Does that work? No. Doesn't work at all. What I have to do is actually treat you with respect, and then you go, oh, okay. And then we get that mutual respect going. Another component is influence. This is a hard one, because if I wanna have influence over Naomi, I actually have to allow her to influence me. Think about the people you have a relationship with. They have an influence over you. They have an influence over how you behave, and you also have an influence over how they behave. And as she starts to present ideas to me and I say, you know what, that makes sense, Naomi, let's do it your way, her mind actually opens up to be influenced by me. And the last one, caring. There's no more powerful thing that you can do as a leader than to show your team that you care about them. You think about the people in your life, the people that take care of you, you will do whatever you can to take care of them as well. So that's why taking care of people as a leader is a critical thing to do in order to establish a strong team. So I'm like a big Navy SEAL. But guess what? I still care. We have a saying in the SEAL teams, if you take care of your gear will take care of you. And what this is meant to be, you have a parachute, right? You take care of your parachute. So when you pull it, it opens. You have a dive rig. You take care of that dive rig, so when you're underwater and you want to breathe, the thing works. So you take care of your gear, and your gear will take care of you. Well, it's the same thing with people. If you have their back, they are going to support you. That means they're gonna work harder for you. So those things are what a relationship is. And when we're in a leadership position, what we're trying to do is build relationships with everyone we work with, up, down, and across the chain of command. And that's how we form a powerful team. A relationship is a situation where we have trust, where we listen to each other, where we respect each other, where we are able to influence each other, and most important, where we care about each other. I know that these are counterintuitive ideas because we put ourselves first. And the first thing I think to myself is, you better trust me, or you better listen to me, or you better be influenced by me, or you better treat me with respect. So it's very counterintuitive to think, in order to initiate this relationship, I'm going to listen. I'm going to give respect. I'm going to give trust. So Paige, you had a question. So, how do you put those relationship skills into practice? Recording artist Paige wants to improve her collaborative process.
Yeah, so I love all this talk about building relationships. However, I'm a comedian and I'm a musician. And so when I'm operating as a musician, like say I'm pulling together an album and we're coming together and there's multiple parts. I have a producer, I have musicians, composers, there's a whole team. Say if we're writing a song and they want to take it in one direction, but I'm very passionate about it being in another direction. Ultimately, what I end up instinctually wanting to do is just kind of throw down the gauntlet of my ego and be like, well, this is mine, so no one else's ideas matter.
I have a default mode for this. You have a plan, and I have a plan. Who can guess what my default mode is?
Their plan.
I'm gonna use your plan. Oh, you think the music should change to this here? Let's try them. And then we just have to do an honest assessment. And like you said, if my ego gets in the way, and I can't admit, you know what? The way you had it, Paige, actually sounds better, then we have a real problem.
Right.
And the problem is, we're not aligned.
Yeah.
Maybe we should be in different bands. That's very seldom. We just have a little roadblock to get through, a little obstacle to figure out, and then we'll go forward.
Hey, it's good.
Next up, I'm talking with a group about what I call leadership capital. You got a bank account, and in that bank account is leadership capital. And sometimes you have to spend a little bit, but you can't spend it all the time. Otherwise, you go into debt. When you listen to someone, you earn leadership capital. When you treat them with respect, you earn leadership capital. When you allow them to influence you, you earn leadership capital. But every time I bark an order, every time I impose a plan on you, it costs me leadership capital. I walk around all the time like I'm barely getting by on leadership capital. I try not to spend it ever. I always try and earn it. Let me ask you this. Is it possible to have a tough conversation and actually walk away with a more positive relationship?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's a goal.
You have to think about it. You have to be intentional about it. But if I walk up to Sarah and I say, hey, Sarah, I noticed you were late today, and if you're late again, I'm gonna write you up. Feel that positivity, everybody? Not at all. Look, I gotta say something, she's late, right? What if I say, hey, Sarah, I noticed you were late today. Is everything okay?
Yeah.
What did I just show her?
Care.
I actually care about her. I actually figure there's some reason why she was late. Kid's sick, water heater broke, flat tire, I don't know, but is everything okay? So even though it was a tough conversation, and I actually let her know that I know that she was late, but more important than knowing that she was late, she knows that I care about her. So that's what we're trying to do. As leaders, we are trying to build relationships as strong as we possibly can so we can have the strongest possible team. And all that starts with relationships. So, to have successful relationships, remember to trust, listen, respect, influence, and care. It might feel counterintuitive, but you have to give these to get them back. My next lesson is critical for what to do day one as a new leader. Plus, I cover how to get recognized in today's hybrid workforce. The virtual relationships, they're a thing. And what they require is they require more work.